Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new tutorial series. I'm sure lots of you will have heard of a game called Doors. If you haven't, it's a survival horror game with doors. You have to try and make it to door 100, but behind each door is a randomly generated room. And that's what we're going to be focusing on in this video. So the first thing we need to do is make a room, and this is just going to be a normal, basic room. So as you can see, quite a simple room. We've got a floor, got some walls, and we've got two doors here. And now these are quite important. They both need to be facing the same direction. So if you get the part, then you right click on it, and you're going to get the Show Orientation Indicator. Now this one's facing that way. I would like them to face outwards. I don't think it completely matters, but I prefer it to do this, and then so I'm just going to change that. And then make sure this other one also faces outwards. See, it faces that way, so I'm just going to rotate it, and there you go. Okay, so that's the first thing to do. And now we're going to name this Exit, and we're going to name this the Entrance. Okay, and now if you want to group this, and just name it, we're going to name it a normal, it's just a normal room. Now we're going to make a folder for all these rooms to be put in. There we go, and now we're going to have another folder, and then these are going to be the rooms that have been generated. So it picks a room out of here at random, and then puts it into last turn direction equals nil. And the reason we're going to have to add this is because if it turns right, we do not want it to turn right again, because then we'll be going in circles. So if it turns right, then we would then want it to turn left. So then room.random, this is going to be how we're going to choose the random room. I'm just going to do random.new. Okay, so now function room.getRandom, we're going to get a random room, and we need the previous room as well. Here we're going to do local random room, and we're just going to set it to nil. And then we're going to do local direction, it's going to be equal to room.info random room.name, and then direction. We haven't added any of this yet, but we will. And then so local has stairs is going to be equal to room.info, and then pretty much the exact same, except we're going to change this to stairs. And then local previous had stairs. So we need to check if the previous room had stairs. And then we're just going to do the same there. So now we're going to do if previous room dot name equals to the random room. So this is pretty much going to eliminate us having the same room again, or like in a row. So then we're going to return the room. We're going to return this function again. So instead of writing out loads of code, we're going to just go around until we get a room that isn't equal to the get room. So otherwise, every time we check it, we're going to have to check it again and again and again, and it's a nightmare. So else if the direction and the direction, so we need to make sure that the room has a direction from the room info, and if it does, and then room dot last turn direction, then return, and then we'll be pasting this a lot, so we'll just copy that and then paste, and then else if has stairs, if it has stairs and the previous room has stairs, then we're going to return again, and then else if it's none of those, and then we're going to check if it has a direction, then room dot last turn direction equals to direction, and then here we're just going to return the random room. So this is the get random function, and now we need to have a generate function. So it's going to do function room dot generate. This is also going to have the previous room, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have no idea about like any of this. I've learned a lot about it, but this is all from GNOME code, so thank you to GNOME code. Without you, I would not know about any of this. I do get some bits about doors, but this is beyond my understanding. So this is, so if you think the script looks familiar, yeah, it probably is. So yeah, thank you to GNOME code. I've changed certain bits. I don't want to completely just copy paste, and what I didn't want to do is copy and paste and just say that it's mine. This is GNOME code script, so thank you to him. Anyway, we're going to do local random room. It's going to be equal to room dot get random, so we're going to get the random room and then the previous room, which is we've got from there, and we're going to have to give to the random room function. And then we're going to do a new room. We're going to get a new room, and it's going to be random room clone, and then new room dot primary part is going to be equal to the new room dot entrance. Now new room. Now we're going to do pivot to, because obviously it's not just room. They're all different sizes, they're different types of rooms, so it's going to be difficult to not use this. So I think this is the best way to do it, so it's not codonized this. And then previous room, we need to get the previous room dot exit dot cframe, which is why we have to name it entrance and exit. Now new room dot parent, so now we're going to set the parent to game dot workspace dot the generated room. So that folder that we created, we're going to put all the generated rooms into there, and now we're going to return a new room. And that should be it for this script for this episode, except we do need to make this room info script. So what you're going to want to do is add a module script into script service and name it room info, and this is going to be called this. And so inside these fancy brackets, we're going to drop a line, we'll do square brackets, and just going to name, like the first one, start room, which I haven't actually made yet, but this is just going to be equal to nothing for now. And then we're going to have the normal room, which is going to be equal to, so stairs, if it has stairs, it's going to be equal to false. I don't think we even actually necessarily have to have this. There's nothing here at the moment. We're going to try without it. let's try that out. We're just going to run it for now and see if it works. No, it doesn't work, and I know exactly why. Because we haven't actually told it to do anything yet. We've got the functions ready, but we need the actual server script. And so here we're going to get the variables and the main program. And so the variables, we're going to have local room. This is going to be equal to require script.parent.room module. And then local previous room is going to be equal to game.workspace and then .start room. So do not put it in rooms, because otherwise it will consider it as an option to be generated, which we do not want. So now for I equals 1, and now out of 100, because we want 100 rooms, that's what's happened, that's what happens indoors. If you want 200, 150, 50, then change this number here. So now we're going to get the previous room is going to be equal to room.generate and then the previous room. And so for I 100. So for I equals 100, no, it's for I equals 1, 100. So I missed out a big bit of code. That bit we're going to use a bit later. And so here we're going to have the rooms list. So the rooms list is going to be equal to game.workspace.rooms, and then get children, obviously, and then local choose random room is going to be equal to room.random, and then the next integer, which is going to be 1 out of the number of rooms list, and then the random room is going to be equal to rooms list and then choose random room. Okay, that should hopefully work, because obviously I set it to 0 and just forgot to set it to anything else. And just make sure before we test we go get all these and just anchor them. Okay, now let's run. Okay, so as you can see, it has generated 100 rooms. You can count them, but I promise you there are 100. You can kind of see that it's a bit like glitched within this. I think the better way of doing it is to not have the front walls. But as you can see, it works, and so we'll probably fix that in the next episode, where we'll also have a chance system. So obviously here, each room has the same chance of appearing as any other room. Where in the next episode, we're going to make it so certain rooms are more rare than others. Okay, but that is the end of the first episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash like, smash subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.